It is Sunday night, and you know what that means. It is the Sunday Night League, and we are here live at Yamagawa Reverse for round number 2 of the GTE Championship. We had a spectacular race in round 1 at Trail Mountain, and we're here for more spectacular action. We're currently looking at the fastest man on circuit at the moment. It is Cool Duboy in the Spiker Aston Martin. You didn't see last week's race. He came second to that Psycho in the Ford. He'll be looking for revenge at this circuit. In the Aston Martin, he's currently ahead of his teammate GT87 Tiger, also in the Spiker Aston Martin for Pat. And we'll go through the standings after race number 1. It is the result of race number 1, unsurprisingly. So, at the top of the standings with 25 points is Matt Psycho for DKS Racing in the Mustang. In second place is the man you're looking at right now, Cool Duboy, with 22 points. In third place, the defending champion Victory Reign for JDRF Racing in the Jaguar. Then in fourth place, we have Digital Blasphemy in the DKS Racing Mustang. Fifth place was Bunnies with 16 points in the Team Chiquita Banana Ferrari. Chris Boo very happy with that fifth place. A return to form for Bunnies. Bunnies also is in action despite having a big whoopsie whilst playing ice hockey. There he is on track right now. In sixth place was GT87 Tiger in the Aston Martin, Spiker Aston Martin. Seventh place in Tulu for Scuderia Gasman in the Ferrari. Eighth place MFT Speed Hunter in the Team Chiquita Ferrari for Chris Boo. Ninth, Aloe, 8 points for the JDRF Jaguar team. 10th was Wolfbane in the Scuderia Gasman Ferrari. 11th, Jim for JDRF Racing. Oh, Ferrari just blocking the way. There is Matt Psycho. 12th place, Tiny Terror in the Spiker Aston Martin for Pat with 5 points. Then we had the reserve Yokas in for Spekmir. He's jumped into that Ferrari for him and finished in 13th place. Rob on drums in 14th, and Noxie unfortunately had a DNF due to a problem with his PlayStation, but he hopes that that is resolved. And we have the return of Spekmir here this evening as well for Scuderia Gasman. Okay, so the team standings: DKS Racing in 45 points with the Spiker Aston Martin with 41 points, JDRF Jaguar with 34 points, Team Chiquita Banana with 29 points, and Scuderia Gasman with 23 points. We have 6 rounds in this championship, and we've got drop scores. So if they didn't do very well in round number 1, don't worry, because that will be cancelled out. Now, the tyres this season are 4 sets of each tyre compound for the season. Team bosses have to select 2 tyre compounds before the race for their team to use, and the standings as it sits with the tyres, so everybody is using the softs apart from the DKS Racing Mustangs. So everybody's using softs. The DKS Racing Mustangs are on mediums and hards, as are JDRF Racing. They've got the hard tyres, so they've got softs and hards. Everyone else is using the softs and mediums. So Scuderia Gasman, Spiker Aston Martin, and Team Chiquita Banana are using those medium tyres. Qualifying, they have to use the tyre they're going to start the race on as well. It's a new rule for this season, and we're just seeing how it all works. Mama Sykes is in the chat saying, "Hi everyone, hi Jam, good luck Matt." Should be hoping for a repeat of round number 1. It is going to be tactically very different though. You can see the Ferrari looking very quick in Wolfbane's hand, as there is Tiger just sitting it out at the side of the circuit. Let's have a look. Let's see if everybody is ready for qualifying. we'll get this underway. 10 minutes here at Yamagawa. Very tight, twisty circuit. Personally, one of my favourite circuits on the game. So we'll see what it results in. So the soft tyres, it is known as a tyre muncher. The soft tyres will not last very long around here, but every team, as I say, apart from DKS Racing, in the Mustangs are using the soft tyre. Okay. Okie dokie. Right, I'm just having a mind blank. There we go. And we'll get qualifying underway here at Yamagawa for round number 2, the GTE Season 5 Championships. These Group 4 cars around here are going to be incredibly tightly packed. We saw an incredibly close qualifying session as well, with only quarter of a second covering 6 drivers from 3rd to 9th on the grid. So who is going to be first out? As always, it is Tiger. So we'll go on board with Tiger for this circuit. So you're going into turn 1, the left-hander, the never-ending left-hander. This is why this circuit is such a difficult one for the tyres. Tiger is going through turn 1. Now turn 2 and turn 3 are quick chicane. They open up nicely. And then we'll go up the hill, over the crest, and into the turn 4 right-hand hairpin. So Tiger just nicely getting himself into gear. I like your helmet, Tiger. Brand new helmet for Tiger, I believe. And then we go down the hill, through turn 5. Turn 6 is the right hand, and this is turn 7 and 8, the very tricky chicane. You have to line this up perfectly to hit those curbs, and Tiger's done that very well. Tiger, good drive around here, then through up the crest into turn 9, this sweep to the left, and then we've got the long turn 10. This corner is another one that seems to go on forever, down into 4th gear in Tiger's Aston Martin, then up the hill to the S's, turn 11, 12 and 13. These are going to be incredibly tricky, especially when your tyres are worn out towards the end of the stint, going through turn 12, the right-hander clipping it into turn 13, and then 14, and then finally turn 15 is the last hairpin corner. Again, another long right-hander, and Tiger, he is on the soft tyres to start his qualifying lap. We'll go through the field to see what they are going to be on. So, Cool Duboy also on the softs. Wolfbane is on soft tyres in his Scuderia Gazman Ferrari. Matt Psycho on the mediums, the softest compound available to him. Tiny Terror also on the softs. So all the Spiker Aston Martins on soft tyres. Specmere on soft tyres for his qualifying lap. So is Speed Hunter in the Team Chiquita Ferrari for Chris Boo. We see one of the Ferraris going off the circuit. That may have been Bunny's. Bunny's is on the soft tyres as well. Victory Rain on the softs, the defending champion in Mrs. Jam's team. Aloe is on the hard, trying something different in his Jaguar, the soft tyres for Jim. This time around in Tulu, also on softs. Rob on drums is on softs. Noxie is on the mediums. And at the back is Digital Blasphemy, also on mediums. So everybody, apart from Aloe, is on their softest compound available. And we can see Cool Duboy all over the back of his teammate, Tiger. So Cool Duboy setting the fastest time. Tiger deciding, I'll let you go through. Thank you everyone that's joining us here live for qualifying for round 2 of the GTE Championship here at the Sunday Night League. We are here every Sunday night at 8 o'clock live on YouTube using the GT7 game. So we're going to see the pole position time, the provisional pole from Cool Duboy. He's going to set down the marker. He's not had a pole position in GTE before. Interestingly enough, it's a good time of 1:40.7, and that is 1.4 seconds quicker than Matt Psycho, who is only just ahead of Specmere. Victory Rain popping himself up into 2nd place in the Jaguar. So the defending champion getting back to the front. He had the medium tyres at the last race, saw him go further down the field. Suspect me in fourth. Fifth place then for the Ferrari of Wolfbane. That Ferrari was very quick in qualifying at Trial Mountain. We see Jim in sixth place, Tiny Terror in seventh, only just ahead of Rob on drums, also in a Ferrari. Speed Hunter in the Ferrari in ninth place. 10th is in Tulu. 11th is Tiger, Noxie behind him on the mediums. Aloe in 13th. Bunny's had a bit of a misfortune, and then we'll see what Digital Blasphemy does on his medium tyres as he crosses the line. He goes into 11th place. So Cool Dude Boy came into the pits to change, so did Victory Rain. They tactically came into the pits to change their tyres. Third place though, Matt Psycho on those medium tyres, 1.4 seconds off the pole time. But third place on the grid on mediums, he'll be happy with that. He sees a Ferrari just disappear. Wolfbane disappeared right in front of him. So let's just see if anybody is on a faster lap as it stands. I'll try and find Tiger for you. So Tiger coming into the final corner in his Spiker Aston Martin hat. Watching his man, I'm sure, at home. Foot jiggling. Ready to see what Tiger can do. Tiger on the pace of Cool Dude Boy in practice. Can he join him on the front row? He goes up into sixth place. So a lot more time still left in that Aston Martin. We have got Tiny Terror popping himself up into fifth himself. So he's popped himself into fifth. Victory Rain in second place for Aston Martin. On that front row, Aloe improving his time. So drivers improving their times on their second laps. We'll see drivers pitting as well for fresh tyres. So Bunnies has improved his times. Chris Boo is in the chat. He says, hi everyone. Great to see the Team Chiquita team boss in the chat. Rob on drums, his driver just pitting. There is Speed Hunter on an outlap. Currently in 10th place. Only 8 thousandths of a second ahead of Intulu. Intulu also on an outlap. Digital Blasphemy's had a bit of an accident out at the final corner. Hopefully there wasn't an incident between him and the Aston Martin passing. Bunny's currently down in last place. Bunny's has got injuries to his wrists and his ankle, he said. He said he's okay to race, currently in 15th. We'll see how he goes. But Cool Dude Boy currently on pole. He's now on his new qualifying lap. Victory Rain having a wobble through turn number 2 though. That Jaguar looking unstable. And he's 2 tenths down on his best time. Let's have a look at Cool Dude Boy in comparison. He's matching his pole position time as it stands. Matt Psycho coming out of the final corner. Using those medium tyres, I suspect Matt Psycho will keep going around on these mediums to just get them fresh. That Ferrari in the background, there goes Tiger up into third place. We saw the Ferrari last time out, really wearing its front tyres. Tiger has put himself up into third place now in his Aston Martin. So 1.2 seconds off the pole position of his teammate Cool Dude Boy. That Psycho down into fourth, just ahead of Specmere. Specmere popping into the pits. Tiny Terror in sixth place. Good qualifying for him last time out. Sixth again here. Pat is in the chat. Must be a Canadian thing to injure your wrists and feet before racing. Maybe so. There is Jim. Getting out the way of others on their fast lap. Noxie improves his lap time and puts himself into 13th place. He's on the mediums still, so that Mustang on mediums at the start of the race. Aloe on the hards, so he's sacrificing his qualifying performance. Don't be surprised if you see Aloe at the back of the grid in this qualifying session, but he's on the worst tyres. There is Bunnies, just making himself his way around. Cool Dude Boy is stopped on the circuit. He is out of the way, but I don't know what is happening there. He's just stopped on the edge of the circuit, out of the way, as Wolfbane puts himself into third place. So he's improved his time in the Ferrari. He'll be going for another lap, I suspect, on those tyres. And now Cool Dude Boy is moving. He's waiting, I think, as long as possible to get the qualifying lap in. Oh, we've got a car pointing the wrong way. That is Tiger out of the final corner. He's crashed, and he's got a lot of damage trying to keep out of the way of everybody. He's not going to have time to complete a lap. Tiny Terror improves his time. He's closing in on Spekmir. Well, currently in 7th place. It's very close between 5th, 6th and 7th. At the moment, Jim up in 8th place in his Jaguar. He's 8 tenths down though on his best lap. Let's watch Rob on drums going through the final corner as Speed Hunter improves his time. Let's see where he goes, as Intulu does the same thing. Rob on drums, where does he go? In his Ferrari, he's currently in 11th place. Can he get himself into the top 10? He does not. So, Intulu up into 6th. Speed Hunter is in 4th place in his Ferrari. So the Ferraris again proving very quick. So Cool Duboy in 1st place. As it stands, we go into the final 10 seconds of qualifying, and I think Victory Rain hasn't improved. So Cool Duboy getting out of the way of his teammate as everybody starts to get across the line. Tiny Terror, Digital Blasphemy improves his time, but he is 11th place. Those medium tyres not helping him at the moment. Bunnies goes into 13th place in the Ferrari. As I say, injuries to Bunnies, but he's in 13th place. He's ahead of Noxie as it stands, and he's ahead of Aloe. Aloe off the circuit, so Aloe won't be improving, but he's not far. And Noxie has spun. Noxie has spun going out of the chicanes. So he's gone out of the fast chicane. As we see Tiny Terror, he improves his time up to 6th place. So he goes ahead of Intulu in the Ferrari, but Intulu is closing his lap. It's the Ferrari driver. Can he improve his time? Currently in 7th place. If he can improve, he can pop himself up. Speed Hunter improves his time. Intulu goes into 4th place. Speed Hunter puts himself up into 2nd place. As well, Matt Psycho in the chat saying good evening. Evening, Matt Psycho. It's currently in 8th place on the medium tyres. Victory Rain coming across the line to try and improve his lap time. He does. He puts himself up into 2nd place, just ahead of Speed Hunter. So back on the front row for the defending champion. Jim has improved his time as well. He puts himself up into 6th place. So that Jaguar looking fast here tonight. We've then got a group of Aston Martins, 7th and 8th for Tiny Terror and Tiger. Matt Psycho in 9th, Spekmir in 10th. So we'll see the qualifying result. So there it is, pole position then. He's first in GTE for Cool Duboy, ahead of the defending champion Victory Rain in 2nd. Speed Hunter in 3rd, very closely matched with Victory Rain. Intulu in 4th. In 5th place is another Ferrari with Wolfbane. In 6th is Jim in the Jaguar. 7th, Tiger in the Aston Martin. And 8th is Tiny Terror, also in the Aston Martin. So Pat's Spiker Aston Martins, 3 of them in the top 8. Then in 9th place, it's Matt Psycho on the medium tyres. 10th place is Spekmir in the Ferrari. 11th is Digital Blasphemy. 12th is Rob on drums. 13th is the Injured Bunnies. And 14th is Noxie. 15th at the back on his hard tyres is Aloe. So that is your grid for round number 2 of GTE. We will get this race ready and started. It's going to be a fantastic race with Cool Duboy on pole position. Matt Psycho, the current championship leader, down in 9th place, does not make the rundown in the top 8. But he is on medium tyres as opposed to all of the soft runners ahead of him. So, there we have it. Cool Duboy is there on pole with Victory Rain in 2nd. 3rd is Speed Hunter. 4th Intulu. 5th Wolfbane. 6th Jim. 7th Tiger. And 8th is Tiny Terror. We have 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and it is go here at Yamagawa in Japan. It's a good start from Cool Duboy and a good start from the Ferrari of Speed Hunter, who tucks into the slipstream of Victory Rain. But Victory Rain having a look at the inside of Cool Duboy through turn number 1. Can he position himself? Yes, he can. The defending champion getting a good run on Cool Duboy from the pole, but he's lost the position to Victory Rain, who leads, but there's a tap behind as they slide through the chicane, and Speed Hunter positioning his Ferrari up into second place. Will Wolfbane have a look up the inside of Cool Duboy? No, he does not. Intulu in fifth, Matt Psycho up to sixth place on the mediums. A very good start from him, but Cool Duboy at the moment is under pressure from Wolfbane as they go down towards the 7-8 chicane. Cool Duboy third with Wolfbane all over the back of him. Cool Duboy keeping his car pointing the right way as we see everybody coming through the chicane. Oh, that is Digital Blasphemy coming off the chicane too quick. Jim down in 14th place. Jim's not had a very good start at all. And we can see damage to Digital Blasphemy, and Bunny's down in 15th place. But at the front it is Victory Rain leading from Speed Hunter in second, Cool Duboy in third. We have got Tiger all over the back of Matt Psycho. So Tiger in the Aston Martin over the back of the medium Mustang of Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho having a good run through the S's at the end of the circuit and pulling away from Tiger. So end of lap number 1, and it is Victory Rain leading the race for JDRF, the Juvenile Diabetes Research Fund Jaguar. Victory Rain leading over the Team Chiquita Speed Hunter. Cool Duboy keeping the pressure on. We saw Cool Duboy keeping the pressure on Matt Psycho very early on in the race at Trail Mountain. He's having to do the same, but instead of the leading car, he's got the second place driver ahead of him. The Ferrari of Wolfbane is just ahead of Intulu, but Matt Psycho has got all sorts of pressure from Tiny Terror. Tiny Terror putting himself into a very good position for turn number 4, the inside at the chicane. He will take the defending the championship leader, should I say. I'm so used to him being a defending champion in GTE, but Matt Psycho fighting back against Tiny as they go down towards the chicane. So Tiny Terror currently in 6th place. Through the chicane they go. Nicely done by Tiny. Matt Psycho right behind him, and behind those two it is Tiger being pressured. He's putting the pressure on Specmere. So Specmere up into 8th place in the Ferrari. Tiger in 10th place into turn 10, should I say. He cannot make the move. It's a hard place to make a move is turn 10. You have to have some help from the drivers you're trying to pass. Just Blasphemy down in 14th, and 15th place is Noxie. Noxie's gone off the circuit, I think, at turn 7 and 8. Victory Rain leading the race. He's just ahead of Speed Hunter, but Cool Duboy is right behind, on board with the man that got pole position here at Yamagawa. He's looking at the back of the Team Chiquita. Speed Hunter in the Ferrari, and fastest lap as well by Cool Duboy, only just though by 0.004 of a second from Victory Rain. So they're matching each other's times. In fact, look at this, the top 3 are within the same 10th of a second. So these 3 are really pushing hard. We've seen Speed Hunter win here before in the MR Cup in a McLaren. He's under pressure though from Cool Duboy after a poor exit at turn number 3. So Speed Hunter keeping his position, but Cool Duboy then has positioned himself. He's positioned himself for the inside of turn number 5. On the outside though, going into the chicane, but it's putting the pressure on Speed Hunter. Can he get a better drive out of the chicane? Yes, he can. He's going up the hill and he's positioned himself for the inside of turn 10. But Speed Hunter tucks into the back of Aston Martin. As they go through turn 10, the Ferrari looking very fast on the apex in comparison with the Aston Martin. And we can see Wolfbane and Intulu fighting behind. They are chasing down these 2 cars. So that would be Gazman feeling very happy. He's got 3 cars in the top 8 as it stands, with Specmere in 8th place. So looking a lot better for the defending team champions in the standings as it stands. Matt Psycho though has all the pressure of Specmere on his inside going through the final turn. Specmere is not going to let him have other space. Specmere up into 7th place. Those soft tyres helping his Ferrari go very nicely as it stands. He sets his fastest lap. Matt Psycho looking on the inside of turn number 1. Nothing can be done Matt Psycho currently in 8th place. Tiger 9th. Rob on drums in 10th with Jim in 11th. So Jim in 11th. So may have happened to Jim at the start. Bunny's in 12th. 13th place Digital Blasphemy. Aloe in 14th. And 15th place is Noxie, but leading the race 1.1 seconds ahead of Cool Dude Boy is Victory Rain. So it's a JDRF. First and last. It's a sandwich of everybody. But Aloe is on the hard. He's running a different strategy to his teammates. Victory Rain currently in first place. Cool Dude Boy second. Speed Hunter in third. Let's go on board with the Ferrari. Turn 10. We are 2.8 seconds ahead of Wolfbane in fourth place. So we've currently got Ferraris in third, fourth, fifth, and seventh. So 4 Ferraris in the top 8 here at Yamagawa. 3 of those are Scuderia Gasmans, and 1 is a Team Jupiter Banana, which we're on board with right now. Speed Hunter in third, pushing hard. He's got the pressure on Cool Dude Boy. Can he make a move into turn 1? Pushing very hard indeed. Cool Dude Boy is closer to Victory Rain as well, so they're all closer to each other this lap. Cool Dude Boy having to defend very hard against Speed Hunter. Speed Hunter trying to go round the outside of Cool Dude Boy. Does Cool Dude Boy give him the space on the exit? Just enough. But Speed Hunter's positioned himself very nicely for the chicane coming up. No, he can't make the position. Cool Dude Boy having to fight for second rather than attack Victory Rain, who he was hoping to make a move on. I'm sure going into turn 1 he's catching up to the Jaguar ahead. Jaguar right now has worse tyre wear than Cool Dude Boy. Cool Dude Boy keeping his tyres fresh, so is Speed Hunter. Wolfbane also looking pretty fresh, so is Ntulu. Tiny Terror looking good. Specmere, Matt Psycho looking so much fresher than everybody else with his medium tyres. As Tiger keeps the pressure on, going through the chicane. On board with the Spiker Aston Martin. Oh, we've got a Ferrari running wide. That is Specmere dropping down to 9th place. So that is how tricky that chicane can be, especially as the tyres start to wear. There is Specmere down in 9th place. But he's still in contact with those that he's been fighting with. It's a long race here at Yamagawa. 100-mile race. So we'll be running around an hour long. So don't worry if you make a mistake early on. Plenty of time to have it back. But Jim is fighting with Bunnies going up the hill towards the S's. The Ferrari of Bunnies. He's having a few connection issues possibly. There's a bit of bouncing happening for him. In 12th place. Just fighting very hard with Jim. He's done a nice little switchback though on Jim into the final corner. You can do that. Jim is looking at making the move before he gets to turn 1. Jim in 12th. Can he make the move into turn 1? Not quite. There is Aloe, and there is Digital Blasphemy. Digital Blasphemy has had an accident, I presume. He's got a very slow lap time as it stands. So is Noxie on lap 4. At the front of the field, though, Victory Rain has got all the pressure from Cool Dude Boy. Victory Rain currently leads, going down into the chicane once more. Into turns 7 and 8. Dipping his wheel into the grass. At the back you can see Speed Hunter really pushing hard. He managed to keep hold of it very nicely. Chris Boo, heart in the mouth, watching his man in 3rd place. Pat, leg twitching as they go through turn 10. This is Jam. Just racing. Not for the first time today. Because she watched qualifying. Maybe. I hope. I don't know. She's maybe watching this later. Cool Dude Boy in 2nd place. With 3rd place Speed Hunter really close behind. Let's go on board with the Ferrari as the top 2 are fighting. Cool Dude Boy trying to position himself, but also aware that Speed Hunter is behind. So any mistake that is made at the front of this field is going to be costly. You see the Ferraris behind of Wolfbane and Ntulu with Tiny Terror also pushing. Cool Dubois briefly takes the lead on the outside of turn 1. Victory Reign defends it. Cool Dubois under pressure from the Ferrari behind him is Speed Hunter, so Speed Hunter will be there to pounce on any mistake. These top 3 are covered by half a second. Victory Reign having to defend possibly into turn 4, or Cool Dubois, oh yeah, full, but Speed Hunter might have a little look up the inside. You can see the difference in the tyres though. Victory Reign's left front is very worn in comparison to Cool Dubois. This is where the speed is disappearing for Victory Reign. He's going through the S's, keeping it nice and tidy. You can see the difference in the body language though of Cool Dubois' car. He has more grip, he's able to be more aggressive. He's looking up the inside of turn number 10. Before they get there, he's going to get into first place. Victory Reign will have to duck up into the slipstream of Cool Dubois to defend that second place from Speed Hunter. What do we see happening here? So the JDRF Jaguars have got the hard tyre. Everybody else is running mediums that he's fighting with at the moment as their second tyre. We saw a lot of drivers. Oh, we see Victory Reign nearly going off the circuit. He did leave it, nearly crashing as well, but Speed Hunter dipping up into second place now and pursuing Cool Dubois, but Victory Reign coming into the pits now after 7 laps. Oh, in the background we can see a few cars really fighting their tyres. So Wolfbane goes up into third place with Tiny Terror in 4th and Intulu in 5th. Intulu, will he have a look into turn number 1 against Tiny Terror? He does position himself in case Tiny Terror does give him something. That Psycho in 6th place on those mediums. He'll be happy. He's only 9 seconds behind the race leader. As it stands, Tiger in 7th place. His tyres are looking worn now. Specmid has dropped off the back. His tyre is looking very worn at that left front. Victory Reign pops out onto the hard tyres now in 9th place. He is just ahead of Bunnies. And in the background we can see Rob on drums and Jim fighting for position for 11th place. So Victory Reign able to get out ahead of Bunnies. That could be crucial, although he's on the hards. So he's got to be careful because Bunnies has the quicker tyre despite the wear on him. So he could use the power of that Ferrari climbing the hill and pass Victory Reign, which Victory Reign will have to defend to keep his position in relation to Cool Dubois and Speed Hunter. But Bunnies will be hoping to help his teammate. Then we have the 2 Mustangs towards the rear of the field. Cool Dubois leads though from Speed Hunter. Does he pit this lap or does he keep it going? He keeps going for another lap, as does Speed Hunter. Wolfbane, I suspect, will be in this lap, as will Intulu with 2 Ferraris of Scuderia Gasman. No, Wolfbane decides not to pit, and neither does Intulu. Very interesting. Matt Psycho is in 5th place. He's pulling away now from those drivers that are starting to have tyre issues. So Tiger and Tiny Terror do not pit. Very interesting to see that. Bunnies all over the back of Victory Reign. Bunnies having a little sneaky look into turn 1, but decides better of it. Specmere into the pits now. He is getting his service. What does he go for? He goes for the medium tyres for Scuderia Gasman. And he comes out just ahead of Aloe, who's on those hards. So Aloe is starting to build up some pace. Jim onto the hards in his Jaguar. Stitches Blasphemy in 14th and Noxie in 15th with those Mustangs. Cool Dubois though has the pressure of Speed Hunter all over the back of him. They're both very worn on their tyres. What can they do? So Speed Hunter looking on the outside of turn 10. This would be a brave move. Is he looking for the cutback? We've seen the Ferrari better mid-corner in this long sweeping right-hander. Up the hill they go. Cool Dubois knows he's under pressure from Speed Hunter. That Ferrari looking very nice going up the hill, but it is Cool Dubois pulling away ever so slightly through the S's. It's a long way to go, as Pat has said before. That right front of Cool Dubois is going to lose the lead as they go into the pits. They're both unable to keep going. another lap. They will pit this lap then. Lap number 9, Speed Hunter in first place, Cool Dubois in second place. And then we've got the Ferrari of Wolfbane and in Tulu. Matt Psycho's left front is absolutely worn out as everybody starts diving into the pits. Matt Psycho will take the lead in his Mustang. So he takes the lead. So everybody else in the pits, Cool Dubois coming out the pits, and he's still behind Speed Hunter. And they're out just ahead of Victory Rain. So Victory Rain unable to get the jump on these two. So it is Speed Hunter now leading the race, but Speed Hunter is still on his soft tyres, and it's mediums for Cool Dubois. So we've got a difference in strategy between the top 3 in this race, as well as Matt Psycho, who's 5.3 seconds ahead of them, although he is on his mediums and they are old. He will fall into the clutches of these 3 drivers behind him. Wolfbane is on the mediums as well, as he's come out, and he's ahead of his teammate Intulu, who's on the softs. So Intulu has gone different to his Scuderia Gasman Ferrari teammate. Tiny Terror is on the medium tyres, as is Tiger. So interesting. Has anybody fueled up either? I don't think they have. Aloe now climbing up the field, so he's in 10th place. And we've got Bunnies on the mediums too. So Bunny's getting a nice move through the S's. So Aloe dropping back now on his hards. Rob on drums on his outlap as well on medium tyres. Digis Blasphemy on the mediums. So is Noxie. Not in this race at the moment, but their teammate leads the field. But he's dropping so much time in the Mustang. You can see every single lap going through turn 14. The Mustang is really pummeling that outside left, going through the long right-hander. Speed Hunter pulling away now from those that he was fighting for, and he set the fastest lap as well before on lap number 4, 140.8. We'll see what he can do this time round. He's got less fuel on board, and he's got better tyres, and he's chasing down Matt Psycho, although he nearly loses it through the S's. Turn 2, all over the curb. The Team Chiquita Banana Ferrari, Cool Dubois in third place, chasing down. So these 3 cars are all on different tyres. So Speed Hunter on softs, mediums for Cool Dubois, hards for Victory Rain. And then 9.4 seconds ahead of Wolfbane, just ahead of his teammate in Tulu, who's on the soft tyres. Gasman had radio. I'm sure he'd be talking to Wolfbane saying, your teammate behind you is on softs. Let him through and he'll pull you along away from these Aston Martin spikers, Tiny Terror and Tiger. Chris Brewery saying amazing first stint. It really was, as we see Intulu and Wolfbane fighting hard. Amazing first stint. That relation to his team driver of Speed Hunter, who's now all over the back of Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho's tyres starting to wear out. I wonder how long Matt Psycho can go on these mediums, whether he'll decide to jump in the pits, or is he trying to just become a bit of a nuisance? Again, the Mustang smoking. And Matt Psycho going another lap. So Matt Psycho going another lap, defending his position. He has every right to do this. This is potentially for the victory later on in the race. And he's backing Speed Hunter into Cool Dubois. Cool Dubois would be very pleased to see this. Seeing the Ferrari get bigger and bigger in his windscreen. As Matt Psycho holds position, he's leading this race, but Speed Hunter on the soft tyres, what can he do? Will he go round the outside at turn number 4? He does. It's not even a contest for the Ferrari as the Mustang's medium tyres start to wear out. So Matt Psycho doing his best job of being a chicane for Speed Hunter. He's now going to try and do it for Cool Dubois as they go towards the infamous turn 7 and 8 chicane. Psycho keeping it nice and tidy, so does Cool Dubois. They go out, and Cool Dubois all over the back of Matt Psycho, climbing the hill towards turn 10, but Matt Psycho's got the inside line for that long right-hander. Can the Mustang driver stay there? He does stay there. Cool Dubois turning in, but knows that the Mustang was there, but manages to hold the position. in second place, and that's like will be pitting this lap, I'm sure. Look at the state of his front right tyre. Victory Rain though on the hard tyres, watching carefully, hoping that the race will come to him. Wolfbane still ahead of Intulu. These two Ferraris really fighting hard. Let's go on board with Intulu then. Stereo Ferraris. That's Wolfbane on the medium tyres ahead. Matsuigo does pit from third place. So come out behind these drivers. Tulu in sixth. Pushing Wolfbane. Tiny Terror and Tiger. So it's the battle of the teammates at the moment. Tiger going up the inside of Tiny Terror. Oh, there's a little tiger as well on Tiger's Aston Martin. I didn't spot that. Last time out, I did spot it in the liveries, and I forgot to mention it in the stream last time out, but it is a little tiger, and Tiger's put himself up into sixth place, so he'll be pushing now to try and get onto the back of these two Ferraris. So Wolfbane in fourth, Intulu in fifth. Still the Portuguese ace, cannot get past Wolfbane. So Wolfbane having a much more competitive race than we saw at Trail Mountain. Up in fourth place. Tiger in sixth. And Tiny Terror in seventh place, pushing his teammate through the chicane. Have to be careful. Pat watching this. There's a nice British flag also on the roof of the Aston Martin. Intulu up the inside of Wolfbane into turn 10. So now Intulu gets the position. Can he pull away from his teammate? Can they start pulling away from Tiger? He will drag Tiny with him. Speckmere back up into 8th place. So Speckmere back into 8th. That Psycho back on medium tyres. For him, he's in 9th. Bunny's in 10th with Jim in 11th. And we have Digital Glassman struggling for his tyres. He's just been passed by Rob on drums on his mediums with Noxie. So Digital Glassman a lot kinder on his tyres than Noxie. And Aloe on the hards. So Aloe on the hards at the moment in 15th place. The Speed Hunter 3 seconds ahead of Cool Duboy as it stands, coming out turn 4 on lap number 14. So he leads by 3 seconds from Cool Duboy. Cool Duboy on the medium tyres, pulling away from Victory Rain as well. Victory Rain on the hards doing 144s currently. So he's about 3 seconds off his pace on those hard tyres. Cool Duboy about 2 seconds off his pace, whilst Speed Hunter is about on pace. He's about half a second down on his best lap on lap number 13, which is the fastest lap of the race. That's pushing that Ferrari hard. We're expecting a very muddled GTE Season 5, and we're seeing it here as well, with these Ferraris looking very strong in comparison to what they did at Trail Mountain. They're looking very good here at the twistier Yamagawa circuit here in Japan. And Tulu in 4th place, with Wolfbane in 5th, but Tiger is closing the gap. So Tiger on his medium tyres as Wolfbane goes off, and so does Tiger, so that means Tiny will overtake him surely with the momentum. Yes, he does. So Tiny moves up into 6th place and will have his opportunity to have a go at Wolfbane. Wolfbane, oh, he's tapped him. He's given him a big old shove, and then Wolfbane sliding on the curb. Well, Wolfbane now down into 8th place. So Speckmere in 7th. What does Tiny Terror do in 5th? He keeps going. He's got his teammate Tiger behind him. Tiger holding position. The Ferraris now of Wolfbane and Speckmere, both on medium tyres, and Matt Psycho also on mediums in 9th place. Let's go on board, and Matt Psycho has got a wall of Ferraris ahead of him going into the S's. just lets them. Oh, he's got a good bit of momentum though. He's pushing Speckmere out to the chicane. As ahead, we've got the battle of the teammates. Tiger is looking up the inside now of Tiny Terror, and Tiger now moves himself up into 5th place. So Tiger now into 5th. Intulu though, 4 seconds up the road from these, so he managed to pull away from these battling cars. The teammates, as you can see, all together. So Tiny Terror, Tiger, and then Wolfbane and Speckmere, and Matt Psycho in 9th place, chasing them down. As Tiger having a bit of a wobble coming out of the S's. Will Tiny Terror get back up the inside? He does! As again, the left-hand side front tyre really taking the punishment through that final corner. So Tiny up into 5th place. Is fighting for 5th. Is fantastic to see. As up the inside goes Wolfbane. That was opportunistic from Wolfbane. He left his braking very late, and Tiger manages to cut back on the inside, but behind him, Wolfbane in 7th is now under attack from Matt Psycho in 8th. He's managed to jump Speckmere in turn 1. So he's got fresher mediums as Matt Psycho, but he's fighting that Ferrari behind him. The Ferrari, you can see, is a lot sleeker car than the Mustang. I wonder if that is an effect in the game as well. Is a big old beast, is the Mustang. Big old brick, some might say. Jim setting some good sectors as well in 11th place. Robin Drums 12th. Digital Blasphemy in 13th. Still not pitted. Aloe hasn't pitted either. And Noxie comes out of the pits on some fresh mediums. At the front, 5.1 seconds is Speed Hunter. He's on the soft tyres in the Team Chiquita Banana Ferrari for Chris Boo. So Chris Boo watching his Mauritius teammate up ahead. Driver who has had a great run of form in the Porsche Cup. He's very fast there. Really found his feet at the end of GTE as well last season, in season 4. Lots of speed, lots of potential. Looking very good. Chris Boo in the chat with some eye emojis. He's watching closely, nervously. Cool Duboy in 2nd place. He's now got a 10-second lead over Victory Rain on the hards. So what does Victory Rain decide to do? He's on those hard tyres, keeping them in position. And Tulu in 4th place on softs. And we can see behind, we've got Matt Psycho fighting with Wolfbane. So they are fighting hard here. Matt Psycho up into 7th place now. His next target is Tiger. So Tiny Terror having a great race in 5th. Matt Psycho, does he look up the inside? Tiger defends the inside just in case there's a late lunge from Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho though gets a good drive on the exit. He's on the outside though. As they go towards the S's, this is not the place you want to be. Then tucks up to the inside just to have a look, but keeping it again nice and tidy through the S's. Wolfbane in 8th place, Speckmere in 9th, and Bunnies in 10th. Jim 11th, Rob on drums in 12th, Digital Blasphemy 13th, Noxie in 14th. Aloe has just pitted and he's on the soft, so Aloe now pits and is on soft tyres. So he'll be going for as long as he can on those softs. Speed Hunter leads the race though, still pulling away. It's about a second a lap quicker, about half a second a lap should I say, than Cool Dude Boy. Those tyres though starting to look worn. The left front again not looking happy for Speed Hunter. He's starting to lose time, I would suspect, to Cool Dude Boy on the mediums. The medium tyres though working a lot better than the hards for Victory Rain. Victory Rain actually falling into the clutches possibly of Intulu, but Intulu will have to pit very shortly for his soft tyres. You can tell nobody's going to have any fuel issues around this circuit. We are more than halfway through the race and everyone's about halfway through their fuel. Easy for me to say. 7th place there, Wolfbane. Matt Psycho. His tyres starting to wear a bit more now. And in the Mustang. He's playing the long game in comparison to everybody else. Hard tyres. Tiger down in 10th place. So Tiger had a very slow stop on lap 17. Slow lap on lap 17. So he's dropped out of the fight as Digital Blasphemy comes out of the pits on his hard tyres. So Digital Blasphemy on hards now. Noxie is still on mediums with a Lowy on softs. Catching. Not catching Noxie actually. But in the fight with Noxie. Speed Hunter though 6.2 seconds ahead. So he is going one more lap on these soft tyres in comparison to Cool Dude Boy. Again, he's still lapping a bit quicker, but there's no way he can do another lap after this. This will be his last lap going through turn 2 and turn 3, running a little bit wide, but okay, keeping it within the confines of the circuit. So Speed Hunter will come into the pits, but he will be going onto the mediums, whilst Cool Dude Boy keeps going around on his mediums to then put softs on, I believe, to finish the race. I don't think he can get to the end on those mediums, whilst Victory Rain, I wonder if Victory Rain is thinking these hards, if I can get them to the end of the race, I could have played a blinder. He was the first to stop though, out of the top 3, but he's pulling away from Intulu. Intulu's left front is now completely worn. So we see drivers now really taking their tyres to the absolute limits of grip. They're really trying to push them as far into the race as they can. There are 14 laps left. I don't know whether the mediums can last 14 laps, could they? It's going to be push and shove. Matt Psycho, he did do 12 laps on his mediums, so I don't think the mediums can do 14 laps around this circuit, but the fuel load will get lighter. Tiny Terror just dropping back. He's actually dropped behind Matt Psycho on this lap, so Matt Psycho now into 5th place. Looking stronger as at the front of the field we can see Speed Hunter. It won't let me see Speed Hunter. There he is. No, it won't let me see him. There he is. Here is Speed Hunter coming into the pits then. So the beautiful Team Chiquita banana livery doesn't fuel it up, and he's put the mediums on. So we're seeing very quick stops here, and he's come out ahead of Victory Rain as well. So Victory Rain will be wondering, that is not to plan. Speed Hunter has managed to jump a pit stop ahead of Victory Rain, who's in 3rd. Not Psycho in 4th place as we see cars starting to make their second stops. Tiny Terror in 5th place, and Tulu's dropped down. Specmere in 6th. 7th is Bunnies climbing up the field. Intulu has come out on the medium tyres. So Intulu now on his mediums. He's ahead of Jim, who has got Wolfbane right behind him. Wolfbane back on the soft tyres after a stop on lap number 19. What does Wolfbane do? Into turn 4. He just gets up the inside of Wolfbane. It wasn't turn 4, in fact, it was turn 2. Jim on the hard tyres. Lost Tiger in 11. What happened to Tiger? He lost a lot of time. Rob on drums in 12th. Noxie in 13th. Aloe in 14th. Has got Digital Blasphemy right behind him though on hard tyres. The front of the field, 12.8 seconds ahead, is Cool Dude Boy. What does he do this lap? He'll stay out for as long as he can on these mediums, whilst Speed Hunter gets used to them. This is going to be key to the race, but Cool Dude Boy, I suspect, will be on the soft tyres and pushing then for the victory. See Victory Rain falling further and further back on his hards. But, as we've seen, the medium tyre, it could be touch and go whether it can do 13 or 14 laps with the lower fuel load. I'm sure Speed Hunter has done a lot of testing and knows exactly what will happen, but in a race sometimes you can push those tyres harder than you did in testing. And that can really leave you in trouble. Matt Psycho currently in 4th place. He will have to stop again. He has not used his hard tyres as of yet. Tiny Terror in 5th. He will have to stop too. Bunnies definitely will have to stop again, as we see again. Lots of tyre smoke coming from these cars. Those left fronts really do take a beating. You can see it on Specmere's Ferrari. Barely got any tread left. There's a little white line to indicate he has got grip still. But he's finding it tougher. We see Bunnies running wide out of turn number 8 as he climbs the hill. But he's not losing time to Specmere. And Tulu chasing down his teammate, moving a lot faster than Specmere ahead of him. Specmere struggling to get the car turned into turn number 10. It's going to be just ahead of his teammate coming out of turn 10 now, as Intulu climbs the hill and passes Specmere. Specmere holds station. Does not hold his teammate up any longer than he has to. Intulu really pushing hard. So we've got all the Ferraris of Scuderia Gasman 7th, 8th and 9th currently. As Wolfbane now on the soft tyres. Jim on the hards in 10th. With Tiger just behind him. Tiger falling further back through the field. Rob on drums in 12th on his own. Noxie on his mediums. Fighting with Aloe. Aloe getting himself up into 13th place now. So Aloe up in 13th. Noxie 14th and 15th is Digital Blasphemy. At the front is Cool Boy in 1st place. 10 seconds ahead of Speed Hunter, so Speed Hunter is travelling a lot quicker now than Cool Boy. Cool Boy a 43.3 compared to a 42.2 from Speed Hunter. So Cool Boy having pushed through the S's at the end of the lap. Will he do another lap on these mediums? I think to be safe to go onto the softs, he has to. Let's see. Does he dive to the left-hand side as we watch it? No, he does not. He's going another lap then. So he's going to try and do a Matt Psycho from last week. He's going to have to pass Speed Hunter on track to get this victory. Speed Hunter in 2nd place will regain the lead. Victory Rain in 3rd place. He's going to pit as well to get onto some softs. Matt Psycho will also pit and he'll have to go onto the hards. So Matt Psycho, dream of the podium here might be over for the Mustang driver. It was a tall ask with everybody else using these soft tyres here, despite the tyre wear. Tiny Terror though having trouble with his left front. Specmere into the pits now. Bunny's in 6th place. Has got Intulu with his fresh mediums all over the back of him. So Bunny's is going to lose this position, surely, because that left front again on Bunny's car is looking not the best. Go on board with the Portuguese ace. Intulu in 7th. He's surely going to get up into 6th at the hairpin of turn 4. No, Bunny's keeping position, keeping it nicely planted on the circuit. And then Intulu's just going to have to wait, possibly, for turn number 10. Because he will not be able to make a move going through the S's unless Bunny's runs wide with tyre wear. Bunny's keeping it nice and neat, keeping it simple, running out to the curb. No, Intulu unable to make the position. Got a good drive though, going down towards turn 10, but he's too far back to have a go. Can he do a cutback through the corner and get Bunnies on the exit? Yes, he can, as Bunnies runs wide on the exit. Intulu fighting the car. Bunnies running wide on the exit. The tyre's now completely gone, as we see Tiny Terror having the same issues at the front. I think Victory Rain will be in this lap. His hard tyres have done enough work for him, unless, no, he keeps going. So they're all pushing. Cool Boy hasn't stopped. They are all thinking the soft tyres, can they do 9 laps? They probably can, but will they have enough tread on them at the end of the race? It is marginal here, as Speed Hunter sets a purple first sector on the medium tyres. So Victory Reign, the fear of running out of tyre on the softs is making these drivers push these middle stint tyres to their absolute limits. Matt Psycho there in 4th place, still going around. So is Tiny Terror. He's not pitted. Intulu has pitted before. He's on mediums. Will he run out of tyre? Wolfbane as well on the softs. He's got a long way to go on those soft tyres. Will he be doing another pit stop? Bunnies then goes on to the soft tyres to finish the race. I would expect Speckmere in 9th, also on softs. So we see Jim in 10th place. He's on the hards. He can't do anything about the Ferrari in front of him. He has a bit of an accident. Oh, he manages to save it. Brilliant reactions there from Jim. Tiger behind him has no medium tyre left either. So we're seeing these drivers really challenging their driving here at the Sunday Night League. The Sunday Night League, where you really have to be an expert in every single type of driving to perform well. Aloe there in 13th place. He's on his softs. He's going to have to stop once more. Digital Blasphemy, though, I don't think has to. There is Rob on drums, as at the front of the field, Cool Duboy comes into the pits. His medium tyre completely worn out. In he comes in his Spiker Aston Martin. No fuel. Oh, a little bit of fuel, a little bit of a splash. So soft tyres now for him as Victory Reign comes into the pits. So, a little bit of a splash for Cool Duboy. Nothing needed for Speed Hunter. As into the pits then comes Victory Reign. Matt Psycho also pitting. Intulu up into 3rd place. Victory Reign also having a splash of fuel to get to the end of the race. Cool Wolfbane up into 4th place now with Intulu in 3rd. Intulu and Wolfbane. It's Wolfbane trying to get to the end of the race on the soft. Victory Reign in 5th place. Matt Psycho right behind him. But Matt Psycho on the hards. Matt Psycho able to close up a gap. But now Victory Reign is on the softs. Whilst Bunny's up into 7th place with Tiny Terror in 8th and Speckmere in 9th. So Speckmere has done a lap on his tyres. Jim in 10th place, still on the hards. He'll be looking to see what he can do. If he can keep his soft run for as long as he can, and he'll be happy. Tiger in 11th place, Noxie 12th, Aloe 13th, Digital Blasphemy. So these three very closely matched. The Mustang, the Jaguar, and the other Mustang. And Rob on drums is not far behind them either. Whilst his teammate, Speed Hunter, leads the race by 15.6 seconds. Now, this is the challenge for Cool Duboy. He has got, including the lap they are on, 8 laps to close that gap. If he's travelling 2 seconds a lap quicker, then it's on. His soft tyres will allow him. Speed Hunter now pushing hard, going through turn 3. He's catching. So he's gained 4 tenths of a second through turn number 1 on its own. And Tulu up into 3rd place. We see Wolfbane off the circuit, dropping down from 4th place down to 5th. He'll get passed by that Psycho into turn 1. It's not a great time to make a mistake from Wolfbane. His soft tyres looking a little bit worse for wear. Bunnies in 7th place with Speckmere in 8th and Tiny Terror in 9th. Some great racing happening further down this field. Speckmere having a great fight here with the Ferrari Bunnies and the Aston Martin of Tiny Terror. For 7th place, to Speckmere have a look into the turn 4 hairpin. He's set purples in the first sector, not quite close enough. That's Tiny then. He's having a look, going down the hill towards the S's. Thank you everyone that's watching us live here at Sunday Night League. Like, share and subscribe. Put on that notification bell as well. You will not miss a race here at the Sunday Night League. Bunnies in 7th place. Speckmere 8th. 9th is Tiny Terror. Tiger in 10th. Noxie in 11th. 12th now is Jim, but he's on soft tyres. Digital Blasphemy in 13th. Rob on drums in 14th. And now Aloe I think he's done a pit stop. He's back on some fresh softs to finish the race. Speed Hunter leads the race 18.6 seconds ahead of Cool Duboy. So Cool Duboy having a poor lap. Last time round, a 45.9 from Cool Duboy. Losing time. Speed Hunter looking very happy as it stands in this race. 18.4 seconds ahead of Cool Duboy, who's 14.1 seconds ahead of Intulu. And Victory Rain in 4th place is putting the pressure on the medium shod in Tulu. So Victory Rain drove for Gasman last season, so Gasman knows exactly how good Victory Rain is in terms of race strategies. He's the defending champion for a reason. He was always on the podium last season, stealing the championship on the final round. Putting the pressure on Intulu. Matt Psycho in 5th place on his hard tyres. He's got to be careful of Wolfbane, but Wolfbane is going to have to pit again. Those soft tyres will not get him to the end of the race. Bunny's in 7th, definitely can get to the end, as Speckmere will hope he can as well. Speckmere's tyres, though, not looking as good as he might want in comparison to the drivers he's racing with. Time to tell. We've seen him as high as 5th in this race. He's currently 9th. As we watch up ahead, Intulu and Victory Rain fighting each other through the final corner. Victory Rain, though, able to get round the outside of the Ferrari. His soft tyres really helping him. Intulu, though, will have a look into turn 1, I'm sure. Tries to brake later than the Jaguar, but the Jaguar has got the grip. Wolfbane coming into the pits from 6th place. Ooh. Has Victory Rain having to run a bit wider. Up ahead, Cool Duboy sets the fastest lap of the race, a 140.7 in comparison to the 142.2 of Speed Hunter. At this moment in time, it's not enough though from Cool Duboy. Speed Hunter, if it finishes like this, will be joint top of the championship with a win. They all lose their first race and it rolls on. It is a drop score with a rolling drop score, so things can change quite dramatically from race to race with drop scores. Cool Duboy, though, setting purple lap times. He is pushing as hard as he can in his Aston Martin. He knows he needs to win races this season as well as clock up the podiums to get any chance of the championship. It is early on. It's a 6-round championship with 1 drop score. You need to have points in the bag. Oh, Intulu sliding the car. Holds onto it though before he gets into the final corner. Matt Psycho in 5th place. If he can hold on to 5th, Matt will be pleasantly surprised with 5th, I think, around here. One is in 6th. Speckmere in 7th place. Time Terror in 8th. And 9th, Wolfbane. So Wolfbane's made another stop. His challenge to himself is to try and catch up Tiny Terror, but Tiny Terror's tyres look too good. Tiger down in 10th place. Pace is there, he's just had a couple of offs, I think. Jim in 11th, now on the softs. Pushing hard in his Jaguar, pulling away from Digital Blasphemy, who's got Rob on drums behind him. Rob on drums on the soft tyres in the Ferrari. Team Chiquita Ferrari for Rob. Digital Blasphemy running wide in the Mustang. So Rob on drums will have a go into turn number 1. Not close enough though. So Blasphemy struggling to get that Mustang stopped on the hards. Noxie currently 14th and 15th place is Aloe, getting blue flags for the race leader, Speed Hunter. So Speed Hunter has 4 laps to go, including the one they are on. It's a 14-second lead between him and Cool Duboy. Cool Duboy crosses the line, and the lap times, it's only 8/10 of a second. It was a brave attempt by Cool Duboy. Victory Rain in 3rd place, pulling away now from Ntulu. Ntulu looks like he's got 4th place again. Looking good for the Ferrari driver, so he will improve his score from the first round. That's Psycho in 5th place. Won the first round, so still be championship leader. But 5th place, oh, Bunnies running deep into turn 1. Speckmere in 7th. Good return for him. Time Terror in 8th. Wolfbane 9th place. Tiger in 10th. At the front it's Speed Hunter, who has used those soft tyres very well in his middle stint. It's commented on by his team boss in the chat how well his first stint went, but his second stint also on the soft tyres, proving crucial. Those mediums, they are looking worn, as Aloe just tapping the wall on the exit of turn 15, final corner. Speed Hunter, first place, 1:43, so actually Cool Duboy is starting to catch up a bit as the tyres start to wear. Speed Hunter is under pressure, so yes, just 1.2 seconds taking out that lap. But little by little, it puts the pressure on Speed Hunter. He just has to keep those tyres fresh, and we've seen drivers struggling with that here at Yamagawa. Victory Rain in 3rd place. He's pulling away from Ntulu now. Soft tyres though, looking a little bit sketchy, especially that left front. As we see it up ahead, we've got Noxie getting lapped by the drivers at the front of the field. Ntulu in 4th place. That Psycho in 5th. His hard tyres. He's got Bunnies catching him up. Bunnies is injured as well. The hockey master is catching up Matt Psycho. Will he have an opportunity at the championship leader before the end of this race? It looks like he will, as it currently stands, although his soft tyres are looking worn. Not as worn as Speckmere's. Speckmere has to be careful of Time Terror in 8th place, whose soft tyres are looking a lot more healthy than Speckmere's. Wolfbane on his own in 9th place. He's lapping quicker than Tiger. Tiger's got flashing fuel, but he should be okay, I think, for the end of the race. Jim in 11th place. Rob on drums has now got past Digital Blasphemy in his Ferrari. Digital Blasphemy in 13th place, with Aloe 14th and Noxie in 15th. Speed Hunter though 11.3 seconds ahead of Cool Duboy. So 2 seconds taken out on that lap, but he's only got 2 laps left to hold on. His tyres looking like they are healthy enough to keep him pointing in the right direction. So Speed Hunter looking quite happy going down towards the chicane. Got to him going off into the wall. No, thank goodness. But his leg is tapping. Cool Duboy in 2nd place. Pat watching this. Another 2nd place though for Cool Duboy. In terms of the championship overall, is not a bad thing at all. Without the drop scores, he would be leading the championship. Victory Rain as well, a 3rd place, 220 points. So he's got a 20-point haul in his pocket. It's the same with Cool Duboy. 22 points is a good amount to have as a drop score as it stands. So Speed Hunter going through the final corner to start his last lap. And Speed Hunter having good run here for Ferrari. Will he get his first victory of the season? I doubt it will be like his last. Cool Dubois there in second place with Victory Reign. An interesting fact as well, Chris Boo as a team boss here in GTE has not had a victory in the championship. Could this be the first one for Chris Boo as a team boss? He will be hoping so. This driver is 11 seconds ahead. Cool Dubois coming across the yellow flag just ahead. I think that's a Lowy just recovering from an incident. Victory Reign in third place has still got Intulu behind. Bunnies has now got past Matt Psycho. But Bunny's tyres are worn out, so Matt Psycho, though he's having tyre issues of his own, we're hoping he can keep the pressure on. Speckmere, his tyres are completely gone. And he will be struggling on the final lap, but going up the hill, lapping Digital Blast Me, or Digital Blast Me not waiting? Digital Blast Me then going on to the outside of turn 10. So Speed Hunter in first place, climbing the hill, going through the S's, down the S's now towards the final corner. His tyres have managed to hold on. His first stint was impressive, his second stint was even more so. And Speed Hunter comes out of the final corner here at Yamagawa. The checkered flag is waving, and it's going to be a win for Speed Hunter and Team Chiquita Banana Ferrari. Chris Boo's first victory as a team boss as well. It's going to be second place for Cool Dubois, another one for him this season. A good result to have. Hits the wall for some reason. At the end of the race, Victory Reign. His tyre completely worn out, but he's happy that Intulu is not close enough to put any pressure on the Jaguar. Another third place for him is another strong result to have in your pocket. See Noxie finishing just ahead. So Victory Reign in third place for the defending champion. Intulu up to fourth place, a very good strong result for Intulu, fourth here. Bunnies holding on to fifth place, another strong result for Bunnies, fifth as well for him. Matt Psycho down in sixth place with Speckmere in seventh place, good to see him there in seventh. Tiny Terror in eighth, a very strong race, this top eight really tightly matched. Wolfbane in ninth place in his Ferrari. He had to do an extra stop compared to his competitors. He crosses the line. Tiger in 10th. A bit of an odd race. It was looking so strong until about halfway through. 10th place for Tiger. Jim in 11th place. He's happy with that. 12th place then will be Rob on drums. 13th Digital Blast Me. 14th Aloe, and 15th was Noxie. Rob on drums coming to cross the line. No more tyres left on his Ferrari. The Team Chiquita man coming home in 12th place. And it was his teammate Speed Hunter who took the victory here at Yamagawa. Congratulations to Speed Hunter. Top step off the podium for him. And we will have a look at the race result. Well done to Speed Hunter. And let's see the race results. So it was a win for Speed Hunter in the Team Chiquita Ferrari. Chris Boo also getting his first victory of this GTE Championship. Cool Dubois in second place with Victory Reign in third place in the Jaguar. Fourth place was Intulu in his Scuderia Ferrari. Fifth place was Bunnies, also in the Team Chiquita Ferrari. So good result for Team Chiquita at this round. Matt Psycho in sixth place. Not so good for the DKS Racing team, as he finished in sixth. Seventh place was Speckmere in his Ferrari. Tiny Terror in eighth place in his Aston Martin. Ninth place was SNL Wolfbane in his Scuderia Gazman Ferrari. 10th place was Tiger in his Aston Martin. 11th was Jim in his Jaguar. 12th was Rob on drums in his Team Chiquita Ferrari. Digital Blast Me in 13th place for his DKS Racing Mustang. Aloe in 14th in the JDRF Jaguar, and then finally Noxie, able to finish the race here at Yamagawa in 15th place for DKS Racing. DKS using those mediums and hard tyres. That really did prove to be the wrong move for this round, but it might be a drop round for them. As you say, it's a long championship, 6 rounds here with 1 drop score, so not a disaster if it all goes wrong, but it was a win for Speed Hunter. Fantastic racing from him, brilliant middle stint. It was the fastest lap though for Cool Duboy. He gets the bragging rights there. Join us next week for round number 3 at Sardinia for GTE Season 5. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends about us. We are rather good, aren't we? See you next week.